There are moments in life when injustice grips our hearts, anguish steals our breath, and a feeling of helplessness makes us wonder, is there anyone who will truly hear me and bring me relief? It is in these instants of deep affliction that the soul seeks a voice to express its pain and its hope. Psalm 4 in its first verse echoes this universal plea with an intensity that resonates within each of us. Answer me when I call, O God of my righteousness. You have given me relief when I was in distress. Be gracious to me and hear my prayer. This passage, which opens a new psalm, reflects not just a request but an established trust in a relationship with the divine. David, the psalmist, addresses God as his God of my righteousness, indicating a deep belief that God is the defender of the just, the one who corrects distortions and brings equity. He recalls a past experience of deliverance. You have given me relief when I was in distress, and based on this memory of faithfulness, raises a new cry for mercy and attention to his present prayer. It is the voice of one who, even while suffering, remembers divine goodness and anchors their hope in it. The cry of the wronged soul, answer me when I call, O God of my righteousness. The expression, answer me when I call, is not just a polite request. It is a vehement plea, a passionate appeal born of urgent need. The word call suggests a cry, an invocation that cannot be contained, an outpouring of the soul seeking heaven's attention. And by calling God, God of my righteousness, the psalmist is establishing a foundation for his prayer. He recognizes God not just as powerful or distant, but as the guardian of his uprightness, the one who sees the truth of his cause and will not allow injustice to prevail. It is the faith of one who, even misunderstood by men, trusts that their character and truth are known and defended by God. Let's consider Donna Helena's story. At 58, she found herself in a delicate situation after the unexpected death of her brother. The family legacy, which had always been a point of pride, became a stage for disputes and disagreements. Distant relatives, based on mistaken information and self-interest, began to question Donna Helena's integrity and the legitimacy of her actions in managing family affairs. She, who had always acted with righteousness and love, felt deeply hurt and wronged. Slander spread, and the weight of others' distrust was unbearable. She tried to explain herself, but her words seemed unable to reach their hearts. Amidst this anguish, one night, Donna Helena felt completely alone, isolated by malice and misunderstanding. In her room in tears, she found no words for a formal prayer. Her inner voice, however, cried out, Answer me, God of my righteousness. You know the truth of my heart. See what they are doing to me. It was a raw cry, not demanding vengeance, but asking for the truth to come to light, for her integrity to be recognized by the one who sees all. The God of my righteousness is the one who, in his time, will bring clarity, defend the innocent, and reveal the hidden truth. The psalmist teaches us that, in moments of injustice, our refuge must be the supreme judge, who never errs. The memory of relief. You have given me relief when I was in distress. The strength of the psalmist's prayer is based not only on his present plea, but on a vivid memory of God's past faithfulness. By declaring, You have given me relief when I was in distress, David is not asking God for something new or unknown. He is reminding himself and God of previous experiences of deliverance. This phrase is a pillar of trust, a testimony that God has already proven to be a savior in times of despair. It is the conviction that if God helped him in the past, he will do so again. The relief may not have been the immediate removal of distress, but the ability to bear it, the peace that accompanied it, or the way out that manifested at the right time. Let's think about Mr. Carlos's story. He had gone through a period of severe illness, which left him debilitated and unable to perform his daily activities. Physical pain was constant, and discouragement was a shadow in his mind. Months of treatment, uncertainties, and the feeling that life had stopped brought deep anguish. He cried out, sought help, and gradually began to see small signs of improvement. The pain lessened, energy slowly returned, and he was able to resume his routine, albeit with some adaptations. That period of recovery was his relief from God. Years later, Mr. Carlos found himself facing another anguish. One of his adult children was experiencing a major family and professional problem, and Mr. Carlos, though he wanted to help, felt powerless. His child's distress deeply affected him, and he didn't know how to intervene. It was then that the words of Psalm 4:1 came to his mind. He remembered his own journey of illness and how God had given him relief and strength to overcome. This memory became the basis for his present prayer. He cried out to God for his child, remembering divine faithfulness in his own life. The God of my righteousness, who helped him in his illness, was the same one who could bring relief to his child. The recollection of past help strengthened his faith for the present, prompting him to trust that, even in the face of new distress, relief would come again, perhaps in a different form, but with the same divine providence. It's a reminder that our past experiences of deliverance are anchors for our faith in times of tribulation. The plea for compassion: be gracious to me and hear my prayer. The prayer culminates in a request for mercy and a reaffirmation of the desire to be heard. Be gracious to me is the acknowledgement of human dependence on divine grace. It is not about merit, but an appeal to God's compassion. It is the humility of one who knows that even being considered righteous in their cause still needs the goodness and compassion of the Most High. And the repeated "and hear my prayer" is not a sign of doubt, but of deep hope. It is the soul bowing, trusting that its cry, already validated by the past, will be answered in the present. Let's think of Donna Clara, who dedicated her life to caring for her community, always putting the needs of others before her own. As she aged, she found herself dependent on care, something her independent spirit was reluctant to accept. Joint pain, gradual loss of mobility, and the need for help with simple tasks caused her deep frustration. She felt like a burden, and despite always being kind, deep down there was a silent anguish and a fear of becoming a burden. In a moment of intense physical and emotional pain, lying in her bed, Donna Clara murmured, "Have mercy on me, Lord. Hear my prayer. I don't want to be a burden. Help me accept this with dignity." Her prayer didn't ask for a miraculous cure, but rather mercy for her soul, which felt diminished by dependency. The answer came subtly. Her daughter, who lived far away, decided to move closer to help with care. Her granddaughter started visiting her regularly, reading to her and sharing moments of joy. Donna Clara realized that God's mercy manifested through her family's love, in the acceptance of her new condition, and in the ability to find joy in small things. God heard her prayer not by removing her physical pain, but by infusing her life with more love, more peace, and renewed acceptance. Her prayer was heard, and mercy manifested in the dignity and love that surrounded her. The trust that brings peace. Psalm 4:1 teaches us that prayer is more than a request. It is a dialogue founded on trust. It is the certainty that we have a God who is our defender, who has already delivered us in the past, and who, in his infinite mercy, continues to hear and act on our behalf. We do not need to hide our anguish or our need. On the contrary, we can cry them out openly, with the certainty that we will be heard by the God of our righteousness. This verse is an invitation to call out with authenticity. Don't be ashamed of your pains or injustices. Bring them to God with sincerity. Recall past faithfulness. Look back on your life and see how God has already acted on your behalf. These memories are the fuel for your faith today. Trust in mercy. Know that God is moved by compassion and that he hears humble hearts. Selah. The pause for the certainty of divine hearing. As in other moments of the Psalms, the word Selah appears as an invitation to deep meditation. After a verse so laden with supplication, memory and trust, Selah compels us to pause and internalize the truth that, yes, we have a God who hears us, to pause and allow the certainty of his justice and mercy to flood our being. When anguish tightens its grip, will you remember that God is the God of your righteousness? Can you revisit the memories where he has already given you relief in the past? Do you trust that even now, he has mercy on you and hears your most intimate prayer? Selah encourages us not just to read about David's experience, but to make it our own. It's a call to take a deep breath, surrender our afflictions, and with a hopeful heart, await the manifestation of divine relief and mercy. Therefore, in any situation of anguish or injustice that life presents to you, remember Psalm 4:1. Don't be silent. Cry out. And, with the certainty that God is your defender and that he has already sustained you in the past, trust that he will have mercy and hear your most intimate prayer today, bringing the relief your soul so deeply yearns for.